roll back, family, roll back, Messiah. May peace be upon you all, right? And peace and light, right? Peace and light. Right, understand that the one and only true Messiah, Amun Rayay, is here on the planet, alright? Jesus, right? Yahshua, okay? Hadar, Asar, Tansu, right? Tud Amun, right? It was the incarnation of Hadar, Heru, right? Obatala, right? Obatala, okay? Hardy Krishna, okay? You hear the Hardy? Matriel, right? You know, Ahmed at birth, Muhammad at prophecy, Mahmud in the end, Tammuz, Damuzi, right? Thutmose the third, which we know is Tobinijah, Akhenaten, right? So understand the same being, right, that you call Jesus, right? You like to call, the Christians like to call Jesus, right? That Islam like to call Muhammad, right? Or Ahmed, alright? The Kemetics like to call Hadar or Asar, right? You know, or the Sumerians, right? Like to call the Muzi, or Tammuz, okay? That the Hindus like to call Hardy Krishna, right? Just like how they like to call Abraham Brahma. So as you can see, family, we are all talking about the same God, right? The same deities, right? The same Elohim, right? The same ancients, all right? We're all talking about God, all right? We're just seeing it at our point of view on the planet, all right? Just from different points of view on the planet, right? That's been conditioned, right, by your lifestyle, all right? Or your customs, your culture, right? Understand that, right? And understand that everything down here is a test, right? It's a test of Amun faith, all right? So everything that you see is a test, family. It's a test. So don't fall for the illusion, all right? Do not fall for the illusion, okay? Because, as we've said, this is war, right? And as that Bible told you know, we not wrestle against the tongues of flesh, but spiritual wickedness in high places, all right? These some sick beings, you know, that are in charge, right? Whose opinion takes action upon you all, right? To where your opinion doesn't matter, or anything matter, in fact, right? So the time has come to where you all must pick up, you know, put down your swords and pick up your sandals and take a walk with God, okay? Also, gonna walk with the one and only true Messiah, Amun Rayay. But what I mean here, when I say take a walk with God, remember, if man wants to know God, man must know thyself. This is a jesting, clever, parabolic, metaphorical, right? Alchemical way of telling you that you are God. Right? So understand, whenever they say Enoch, right, walked with God, and God took him, this means that Enoch studied, right? Enoch a dapper, right? He studied, okay? He studied, right? Shadow work, right? Meditation, okay? Receive, right? Listen, right? Become a sponge, right? And then, you know, bring out all you learn upon the masses, right? So we can anoint the consciousness, the collective consciousness, right? With the truth and integrified vibrations coming from the voice of many waters, right? The holy waters coming from the Most High. All right, so understand that you must become a sponge, right? You must choose yourself, you see. This is what it means when it said Enoch walked with God, all right? So he took him. Because understand, family, you are already approved, all right? Everybody name Everybody's name, this is a fact. Everybody's name is on these leaves that sit on the tree of life. All right. So you are already approved. All right. Only your actions, right, and your reactions will make your season fall. You see? And you know, when the angels came to Enoch, whenever he ascended, he was taken up on the Lord's day. And he was sitting underneath the tree of life, right? And the Most High told him that he had to go back down, right? You know, Enoch went back down to heaven. So he started dropping back down the plains just like you do after you get through dreaming, right? And he started feeling, warmth. He started feeling heat again. That means he had slid back down in the spirit into his physical body. And when, in his physical body, he could again feel warmth and heat and, see grass and all these things, and he knew he had returned, right? And this family is no different from you, being in the hospital, Allah forbid, right? Having surgery. In the olden days, they used to give you a gas called ether that would put you to sleep, and it would raise you up, raise up your vibrations, and your spirit would raise up out your body. In other words, you will be taken into the spirit on the Lord's day by the gas ether, which is like Ethereum, all right? And many recall, while out of their body, they can recall everything that took place, right? And here the doctors right? And after the surgery, that the body was repaired sufficiently, for you to return to it, you slid back down the etheric cord and pop back into your flesh. You start waking up, and you start asking for pain meds because you started to feel your stomach turn over or whatever they did, right? They cut your stomach open. You need pain medicine and all that. You couldn't feel it while you were under the enclosure of ether, or you were outside your body in the spirit, right? But as soon as you went back into your body, you started remembering the pain, right? Keyword, remembering. Okay. Let's touch up on that there, because understand that everything you see is an illusion. All right. Everything you see is an illusion. Okay. Right. So you're really projecting, all right? You're projecting. Like I said, you're a sponge, right? Or you're the breath of life. Who? All right. So while you are inhale, right, this earth, right, underneath this firmament, right? Firmament, right? Firm means to harden, all right? Ment means your mind. Understand that. So AKA a test or school, Sheol, the shell, your vessel. Right. So just as you are inhale, right, as that breath of life, you are inhaling, right, everything that you are breathing in as life, you see. And then when you exhale, right, everything that you pretty much inhaled, you see, and you project it outward, you see, because understand, family, that heaven is a physical place, all right, but the mindset, right, is spiritual, all right. It's an ethereal mindset, Tahuti. Right? And your mindset sets your setting. Don't forget that. Your mindset sets your setting. So, understand that. And, you can also attach memories, right, to your order. All right? You can attach memories to your order. So you can actually take your memories with you whenever you leave this place here. All right? Understand that. So yeah, you remember pain, and they start dosing your physical form with meds to alleviate and dissipate, right, that pain there from affecting you, all right? Do you understand what I'm saying here? Big secret here, family. Understand that you are already in the new heaven and the new earth before you even came here, right? Because they told you in the new heaven, new earth, there was no pain, right? No suffering, no sickness, none of that, all right? And you wanted to experience that. So you came down here to experience pain after being healed for so long. Hey, I love you all, family. All contacts to the one and only true Messiah. Man, Jesus is on the planet. What are y'all doing? Right? What do?